All right.
Hey, it's recording.
I gotta get me one of them Bitcoin farms. We're gonna get rich.
If we're gonna be rich, y'all. It's gonna be
What?
awesome. What? Huh? Huh? Do huh?
Can I do that on my phone?
Bitcoins on my phones?
Can I do it on my phone?
That sounds good to me.
I need a video card to
That's
do that. Wait, I'm Jared, by the way.
I am Josh. It's good to be here.
We're not delusional. We just finished watching Super Bowl 52,
Yeah, we did.
and probably be several days after the fact before you see this, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that it's over.
That's what we just did. Yeah, for real. It's over.
And I dug it. And hopefully, for Christ's sake, we can just move on from last year and they can talk about something else. Nick Foles throwing passes to himself, like Bugs Bunny, and then just 28-3 can just die.
Yeah, we'll see. Whoever loses is so much more important now than who wins. Thanks, meme culture.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. It was cool though. I thought it was very good. I'm happy that. I was telling Jared, I'm happy to know that not everything has to be the big comeback. I'm kind of over that.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since '04, man. Ever since '04, everything's got to be the American League Championship Series, and it's like, let's just go back and forth. Back and forth can be very entertaining, and that was awesome. It was a lot of fun, man.
So I got I did one fun thing this weekend. There's a video on this channel.
Did you?
Not far from this one. Days of the Dead Atlanta was this weekend, wrapped up today. Yeah, if y'all don't know me, I'm pretty much one and done when it comes to going to conventions. Like, the people that can go and do the weekend thing, have at it. Rock on. Go enjoy yourself. What you need to do.
Treat yourself.
But yeah, man, I get my fill very quickly. But that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is that it's an awesome convention. It's fun to go. It's not like anything else that they do in Atlanta. I mean, even though that they pretty much started Walker Stalker here, it's different because it's not just Walking Dead stuff. It's not just horror movie stuff. It's heavy metal people. It's that wrestling that people are so fond of. They finally kind of realized that, hey, all these people that like these different type of things kind of are the same crowd. So let's do a convention geared to them.
So it's like a commercial for the Jared Cruz.
Oh,
because that's totally been his thing too.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? He's right. There is a lot of crossover there. So you're right, man.
Why not do it? And I don't think they didn't start here in Atlanta. They do shows, and I'm pretty sure it's Indianapolis, Chicago, Charlotte, Atlanta, Louisville. Maybe they might have a city in the rotation that gets cycled. I think they might have tried to go out to Los Angeles for a year or two. But anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is, been the last 2 years now. Last year was Ric Flair. I didn't do any video just because, even though it's inclusive and all that stuff, you get the kind of feeling. It's kind of like going to Walker Stalker. Not that cool with people walking around with video and take all the pictures you want, but you go in certain rooms, they're not that cool with the photos because they're trying to sell those things. But it was cool. And this year was Shawn Michaels. That's why I decided to go. I kept trying to talk myself into not going, and I was like, nah, I need to go because I didn't get a photo of any of it, but I got the signed figure to prove I was there because there's certain guys that I don't need a photo with,
Yeah.
But at the same time, with going to different events, in the long run, I think the photos are, if not more valuable, just as valuable as whatever conversation you had or whatever you got signed or whatever it is. So it's just looking back, they're kind of fun, but I just there's certain guys that just don't get that vibe. Like, man, he's. Years ago, we saw a Henry Rollins show. I don't need a photo of that experience to remember it fondly.
Sure.
Because when you see the guy sitting outside of the next to the tour bus, like, hurry up, kids! This retinal burner uh, camera is starting to annoy me. Certain guys you get that come take a picture with me vibe. Some guys you don't. Some of those guys I got that feeling. Yeah, I'll sign your stuff, you little Mark, and get the hell out of here.
That's right.
and he was, he was having a good morning. Apparently, I've heard he can. You never know what to expect with any of those people. You just never know if they're gonna be having that bad day. And he was doing that cool handshake. Sign your stuff. Have a good day. Looked at me with his Rob Van Dam eye going.
I was just gonna say,
going
man,
this
it
way.
was just Rob Van Dam moment.
so I had that moment, and but I guess that when I talk about trying to, the cool thing about the Days of the Dead convention is there's something there for everybody, and this was the first year where it was kind of like last year I went there for Rick, and this year was Sean, and I'm kind of like, it's when you get the price and stuff, man, you need to kind of pick and choose what you want to do, whether you're going to WrestleCon, Access, whatever. Know the ones that you want to do, then, if there's time left in the day and funds left in the account, then you can do it. So I was really kind of trying to talk myself into, as Ray Wise was there.
Yeah.
And there was a dude there, he had like the whole wall
Leland.
of pop vinyls, and he had the Leland
Yeah.
pop, and I was sitting there trying to talk myself into it, but then I was just like, I don't need that. I just don't need it, because, as cool as it would be, I just not a pop guy. I'm getting there. I've got a few now, but that's the only thing. But I'm a figure guy. So when you get something signed, to me, a signed 8x10, I'm kind of like, it's just not my deal. But a signed figure, a few years ago, met Robert England at Walker Stalker. You have to get, for me, that's when you get the NECA. If you want to get the Ultimate Freddy, I think I'm showing my hand a little bit too much here. What I'm trying to tell you is, I'm a figure guy. That's what the stuff I like to get signed. When you're at WrestleMania, that's a different story, because I'm a program guy. Not into getting the encyclopedia signed, because each trip is its own thing, and each trip has its own program. Therefore, ergo, Proctor Hawk. When you're at WrestleMania, and it's more of a crapshoot as to who's going to be there and what you're going to see, the program to me makes more sense. So anyway, I'm a figure guy. That's what I like to get signed. That's what I got Sean to sign.
You got him to sign the Marty Jannetty set half of the 2-pack, right?
Oh, absolutely.
That's right.
and that was the other thing too. Is like, man, okay, you're gonna go to Days of the Dead because it's fun and it's awesome and it's cool and it's in Atlanta. They're gonna be in Charlotte in May. I'm checking out the website to see who's gonna be posted there to be like, do I need to make that trip too? But
I bet that'd be pretty sweet. Charlotte in May, I think the weather would be nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
If enough time post Mania trip, build up some more money.
Yeah,
Like,
get
okay.
that money back. You're right.
Oh God, but I was going to see Sean. It's kind of like, okay, well, what figure do you pick?
Jannetty.
Marty.
Marty.
There's a lot out there to choose from. And to me, man, they did that one Elite about this time last year, from the Mania 12 win.
Is it the one with the
Yeah,
belt over his
yeah.
arm? That was I know what you're talking about. That was a sweet figure.
Basically, Mattel's version of his first Classic Superstars figure.
Yeah, that's a good description.
I was like, okay, that's the best that's ever been done. Some people are going crazy over this. The ring, I'm really showing my hand a little bit too much. We're spending way too much time on this. We're gonna get the show started.
Figures
Anyway.
rule, man.
The Ringside Collectibles just recently put out a DX exclusive of it. People are losing their mind over it. I don't like it. Don't care for it. The next best one that I could think of, other than it's still a Mattel, but there was WrestleMania 30 series, I think right before Mania 30 that came out, it was him and Brett, but it's him from like, I think it's Mania 15.
Sign over Brett instead.
Yeah, just scratch out Brett's face. But
I screwed Brett, Shawn Michaels.
It wasn't Screwjob,
Aw.
Shawn. It was Mania 15 versus Austin Shawn, and it's not that it's not that I love that match. It's just that figure of him. I think that's the second best one that they've done. Pat, number 2 to the one that I got. So
That's the Texas Hearts, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah, I always like that one too. The Texas Hearts and the Braids.
So, Shawn Michaels was there, and Mean Gene was there.
Oh,
Rock and Roll
cool.
Express. Those were the wrestler guys that made the trip. But you had guys like Malcolm McDowell was there this year. Hey, that was a big tempting one for me. Because I mean, when I think of Malcolm McDowell, right off the top, Clockwork Orange. I thought, okay, I'm not a pop guy. Again, another dilemma. But what figure going to get signed? You're going to really track down the old generations of Dr. Soren? Like, I thought about it. And then, you get there and you kind of start pricing, like, the, calculator going over in your head, like, what it would have cost to get all that stuff signed. Like, man, I just don't need to do that. Because, man, it's, as much as I would like it, it'd be one of those kind of things I know 2 years later, I'd be kind of like, man, I'm just going to sell this and get rid of it.
Yeah, let's see what this is going for.
But I got a feeling Leland Palmer Pop or Alex from Clockwork Orange wouldn't be that hard to get rid of. But it's why put yourself through that? And there was Tracy Lords was there, Ralph Macchio. Basically the cast of Karate Kid was there. Macchio, Billy Zepkick, Williams, the blonde haired Johnny, and even not Paparita Sensei, but the leader of the Cobra Kai was there. I mean, they're looking good, looking like just walked off the set. A little bit more gray, but so what?
So now I have to get Shawn Michaels to sign over Marty Jannetty, and he has to sign it, make his knuckles bleed. Shawn Michaels on everything in one. Was Elizabeth Shue there?
No, not this year.
I didn't wait for the answer. It's just I really want the entire cast of Karate Kid to be there. It's important.
Hey, what's she doing?
It's important.
Man, if Days of the Dead is coming to your town, go see them. Go check them out.
I like playing the autograph game, and I've let everybody in the world know if I meet Shawn Michaels what he's signing. But I was doing this the other day because they've released a couple of the matches for the Ring of Honor show, and they tell you who's going to be out in the lobby doing autographs and stuff. Man. So I said this thing, like I try to figure out something not weird, but what would I get if I was going to do that? What would I get signed by this person, this person, this person? And the only thing I've landed on,
dollar bills.
The only thing I've landed on firmly is Dalton Castle, because Dalton Castle is going to do it this year, and I would totally get him to sign my copy of The Darkness Is Permission to Land. I think that'd be totally hilarious and awesome to have that CD signed by that guy. Like, yes, because I think it was Sam Roberts where he was in the studio talking with him. I'm pretty sure that's
really into those guys.
Oh yeah. He gets talking about how much he likes that band, and I'm like, how sweet would that be to get that signed by that dude?
Man, The Darkness is one of those bands. Right when you think they're gone, there comes another tour.
Yeah,
right when you think, whatever happened to those guys? Did they break up? Another tour gets announced. Like, here they come back around.
Those guys remind me a little bit of. We've talked about this before, man. Kind of like an Iron Maiden 311 kind of thing, where it's this band that came out and was monstrously popular, and then the style of music that they were associated with just completely went out, and they changed nothing. Iron Maiden's always sounded like Iron Maiden. It's always sounded awesome. 311, like them or not, they sound like 311. It's like, well, that's just cool, man. So good for you guys. And The Darkness kind of have that thing too, where it's like that's just what they do. And good for them. That's cool, man. But yeah, that's the only one I landed on. There's tons of people. It's just getting insane now because the lobby at Center Stage is not that big. But I mean, good God, it's everybody.
It'd be a hassle trying to just deal with that crowd. The good thing is they do most of it before the show. Then they'll do like some people at intermission. But man,
I think Bubba's the only intermission guy.
That's
But yeah,
that's good.
It's
Because I'm sure he'd probably, you know, just add to the crowd and try to do it before the show.
Yeah, it's interesting actually. If I was going to meet anybody, that's who it would be because I've got my
Yeah.
Bubba Ray Dudley story that I got to tell him. But
Sweet.
it's just not my thing. I think it's great and it's cool. You just people are out there in line and you just walk through and go to your seat. Ain't no problem. But they who's gonna be there, man? It's Bucks and Cody. 'Cause I don't think Cody can get anywhere near center stage and not do that because
Yeah.
he's. I mean, apparently, they're all sweethearts. Apparently, they love doing that stuff, so they all do it. But I mean, it's pretty much all of them. Hangman's gonna be there, which is great. I don't think he did it last time. He might have. He was there, so he might have. It's not really a regret because I just don't really do that stuff. But the Gorillas of Destiny were at the last one, and I'm like, I thought about it. Even in the building,
Yeah.
I thought about it. Like this is probably not something you're going to have too many opportunities to do. But I don't know, man. It was cool, and I'm glad people had fun with them. But I'm with you. I don't need 8x10s, and
Yeah.
I'm just with you.
If there's not a cool figure of him out yet, then there's nothing for me to get signed.
Yeah, man.
And it doesn't cost anything to walk up and say, "Hey, what's up, man?"
Oh
And
no, that's not true. It cost you $30 to stand in that line. I learned that the hard way.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's like you don't. There is no time for the meet and greet. It's like you have to pay for crap or get out.
Well,
And it's cool because actually
every
it was-
event's different.
yeah, it was some cat at a. Unless you're my mom and you want to meet Cody Rhodes, then by God, you just walk up and have a conversation with him.
Listen, if you ask, it's going to cost you money. Just go do it, and then what are you gonna do? Throw me out? You gonna throw me out?
Yeah, I'm telling you, they will because the guy comes to you. You don't hand the Young Bucks $30 to get an autograph. There's a guy that walks the line and is like $30, and it's like, oh, I'm just saying, hey, no, you're not. It's kind of what you're talking about with like the lines and stuff like that. If everybody that wanted to say, hey, got to go in there for free, first of all, nobody would pay, and B, people would try and sneak crap when they got to the table. C, this is the big
That's
one.
gonna happen. That's gonna happen regardless. People are gonna try to do that.
Man, are you going to the Ring of Honor show? Because maybe once you see it happen, you'll see what I'm talking about. But it's not what you think. Apparently, it's not. We're thinking of different things because you just don't want to hold the people up. That's my whole thing too. Is like, nah, it's groovy, man. Let the people have fun. But yeah, it's just it works well. They do a good job getting folks in and out. But man, it is a lot of them. But that's all right because. Again, if that's not what you're going for, they ain't gonna hold you up. It's fine. And everybody's super nice about it. The guy I talked to was super cool. It was just like, gotta keep that line moving, buddy. If you're not paying, you get out. So I got you, brother. I understand. Marty's gonna be there this time too, that's totally awesome because Marty's the best, man.
Okay.
I'm hoping that we'll be around to Marty Skrull and Dalton Castle by the time that match, or by the time that show gets around here, but I'm also hoping that Chucky T and Beretta are on there against the Briscoes, and I'm kind of hoping that'll be a tag belt match because I would love to see the Briscoes win them belts. That's kind of what I'm hoping for, and I'm being greedy asking for that and Dalton and Marty, so that's okay.
That's for the first time ever. I was actually, I wasn't home when the tickets went on sale, but I was like, got home, and I knew that access tickets went on sale.
Yeah.
And I'm so used to, just don't even try.
Yeah.
Don't even try to get them from Ticketmaster. Got home, and it honestly didn't cross my mind until late in the day afternoon, and thought, well, let me see what's still available. And I got a ticket for the Hardy Boys.
Yes.
And that, the WWE experience, it's a lot harder, kind of cut the line off kind of deal. Because I'm used to that stuff where you don't have that ticket, you're not going to get in the sign because they're not going to sign for you. But it's just it's different worlds, and you just kind of. But I've actually got one from Ticketmaster, so I wasn't used to that. So that's one less thing to have to actually get on eBay and buy a double the price. What it would cost you a ticket. So I got that going for me.
Yeah, man.
One thing.
Yeah, that's that good stuff, man. It's all groovy. Center Stage is going to be jumping next month. That's awesome. Everybody's in town. It's going to be quite cool. But I've been seeing, like, on Ring of Honor the past couple of weeks, man, they keep saying the show on Friday is the TV taping and then ours is not, and now that's flipped over, and I'm like, okay, I get it. Because I'm not sure how to feel about it, because I understand going to center stage, you want to do the TV show because it's so easy to shoot there, but at the same time, it's like, I wonder what just a live event would be like. I don't know if it's like WWE or not, where there's a huge difference between the two. I just don't know. So I'm like, oh, shoot. That's okay. Whatever they want to do is cool. And the other positive thing about it being TV is everybody comes. So that's always cool. You know, you're going to get a huge roster, and they got a lot of time to fill. So you'll see young folks, big folks, you know, just, it's cool. So I'm good with it. Yeah. And I can't imagine. I mean, I can imagine, but if you're in that building anyway, why would you not? I mean, yeah, it's so easy. So, yeah, that makes sense, man. One of the shows I watched last week was somewhere in North Carolina, and I'm always dissing places that they play that aren't center stage because of the stadium, like, seating. And I should have paid better attention to where it was, but it was awesome. I mean, big floor. It still had, like, this gymnasium-type feel where a lot of floor seating, but, man, when it got up behind them, it was, like, auditorium style. It looked great. I think it was one of the shows in North Carolina, and I'm like, man, that'd be a cool place to go see it.
Heck yeah.
It looked good. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's neat. You can tour now if you want to, which I never will. I love it, but I just, you know, I like when they come to me.
Yeah.
Not when they come to me. I went to a couple of Fish shows when I was a kid. And you talk to people like, man, you going to be starting Spartanburg next week? I'm like, nah, I'll be here the next time they're here. It's just not my thing, man.
I saw it.
Yeah, it's cool. No, it's different every night. I'm good, man. I wanted this one. I wanted this one to be special. So I went to this one. It's cool.
Yeah, I don't go to that many shows like that where I can just, I don't want to sit through the same show on a tour. Now I'll see them each time the tour comes here, but
sure.
There's too many people I'd like to go see.
That's kind of where I'm at, getting stuck on, like,
spread
one
it out.
thing. Yeah, that's my thing with, like, season tickets to stuff too, man. It's like, it's way more fun to just go to 3 or 4 games a year for all the teams that you want to go to. That's kind of cool. That's why I'm quite happy, actually, to not be doing the Tech tickets again this year, which it was weird, actually. People were whining about Georgia tickets going up. It's like, okay, I don't know what you expected. But they started talking about what they cost. I mean, they're going to be like $460 this year. Tech tickets were $390 last year. Are you serious? Like, that doesn't sound that unreasonable. I guess the thing about that is that, you remember, you guys probably know if you've seen the show before. Jared definitely knows. I have a cousin in Columbus. So we're talking about, well, the most expensive season ticket packages in the country are Alabama and Florida and Tennessee and Georgia, all SEC schools. It's because you can't buy season tickets in the Big Ten. It's like Packer tickets. You have to inherit them.
Yeah.
My cousin has a degree from Ohio State. You know how many tickets he gets a year? 1. They literally throw your name into a drum, spin the sucker around, pull out what game, you then have the option to buy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's insane, like, dude, and that's a big stadium, man. Ohio Stadium is huge, and I'm like, what is going on here? Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Yeah. That's craziness, man. But thank goodness I ain't got to worry about that, because they put them on TV if I want to watch them. I'm not feeling really much of anything. I love my guys. I still enjoy watching Tech, and I love the Pac-12, but I think I've watched Ohio State play since Meyer got there. He's just not my guy, man. That's weird to veer off of that, man. But yeah, I do hate it, but I don't know. I mean, it's just biggest, best, SEC #1. What, my tickets are going up? Yeah, of course they are. That's how that works, man.
Kind of the ebb and flow.
That's how that goes, man. It's craziness. Madness.
So we watched the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I forgot we hadn't really done the Super Bowl thing. Yeah, we watched the Super Bowl, and
that's kind of how I feel about it. Yeah, we saw it.
It's good. Back and forth, it was cool. My man Willie's happy. Willie, I hope you got to see it, and they're stoked that the Eagles won one. I think it's funny that the Eagles finally have a Super Bowl now, so people don't get to talk about that anymore. Now, who's the next one of, like, the really old school teams? I guess it'd be the Lions. I don't think the Lions ever even won an NFL championship, which sounds cruddy, but seriously, I don't think they've ever won anything.
Yeah, I think that'd probably be definitely high up on the list of people that first come to mind.
Yeah, the real old school. I think it's them. I think everybody else has one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. I don't know that. I don't know NFL history like I know the other stuff, but it's because the NFL's had no time for its own history until recently, and that's why they're trying to make Tom Brady Michael Jordan, and it's a mistake, man. Yeah. That's a big old mistake. It's like the same way they tried to make Justin Timberlake Michael Jackson. That was a mistake too. I was telling Jared, this is silly, but why not discuss the halftime show? It's what more people tune in for anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I thought JT missed a hell of an opportunity. I thought he should have kept Janet under wraps. And if you want to come out if you're going to come out and do Prince, just do the cover. For God's sake, don't try to sing along with him because it's Prince. But why not have Janet come out and sing with you or do something with you? And I mentioned the Prince thing. I thought it would have been cool if they all did that together. But if not, I just think it's a missed opportunity. I think people are still very strange about their bulletproofness. You get killed for your pen, and you get killed for "Ain't my wife hot?" And you had this opportunity to fix the thing with Janet. That would have been cool, especially if you kept it quiet. But who the heck knows if that's even possible with social media and all that stuff. But I don't know. I just thought that would have been kind of cool. It would have helped that halftime show because, god dang, I thought all of them have been bad since Prince. I enjoyed last year, but it's because I like Lady Gaga. And my main thing, I say this to Jared all the time, but it does make me chuckle. My favorite thing about Lady Gaga was all the worry about her being political and she's going to go out there and say something about Donald Trump. And she didn't do anything but go out and perform. And then 84 Lumber nukes the guy. I thought that was so funny. That it's just like, you didn't say anything about boycotting Super Bowl commercials. That's probably what you should have been worried about. Like, man, that's crazy. But yeah, it's silly to get off on that. But this is the NFL's problem. I'd say to Jared all the time, say to everybody that'll listen all the time. And it's funny now because all of a sudden ESPN will pick on baseball about this because it's always got to be baseball first. We've discussed for years, man, if you want the game to move more quickly, cut advertising. It's as simple as that. Well, I know it's not realistic to think that these companies are going to take less money from advertisers for broadcasting a sport. It's not even really the point. It's merely a suggestion, and the reason I make that suggestion is so if you don't want to do what is necessary to make the change that you claim to want, then stop complaining about it. Stop calling for this change. You don't really want it. If you did, it's right there. Fewer commercials. Put sponsorship on the jerseys. Fewer commercials. Well, okay then. That's the solution. If you don't want it, you don't want it. But stop fussing about how long baseball takes. With football, it's even worse. We've discussed that. Because the problem with football is it takes you out and you have to reset every time. I can't even tell you what the final score in that game was. When we finished it maybe less than an hour ago? I can't even tell you. And it's just very much in one ear, out the other. And that's kind of messed up, man.
Yeah.
Kind of messed up. Is the story supposed to be fun, man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that? I'm hearing stuff outside.
That's all good, man. Yeah, we moved into the post Super Bowl surroundings for tonight's show.
Yeah, I had kind of had a makeshift post game show.
Yeah, it's strange. We have a difficult time with the new post game studio. We don't know the noises here like we know the other spot.
I can't tell if that's actually a voice or a chicken or a car wreck. It could be one or some combination of the three.
All three of them at the same time.
But man, was there any? Let's talk about the halftime show, and it's pretty much a commercial for commercials.
Yeah.
I mean, was there anything that even stood out remotely? And that's everybody's favorite thing to do is crap on the commercials the next day. But the only thing I saw that was remotely memorable was movie trailers, and that's kind of, I guess, what I was there for when it comes to any type of commercial.
Yeah.
But even still, it's kind of like, man, once you see it, it's like, don't show that much of it.
Yeah, like that. I don't really know, man. Like, I missed Han Solo because I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And Infinity War looks kind of like the other Infinity War commercial. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I've kind of zoned out on that stuff because the whole, release a new Infinity War, Black Panther, Doctor Strange 2, whatever trailer. I know I'm going to go see it. I don't... Oh, okay. They added 0.4 of a second to Captain America's shield's in the preview. Oh, I'll watch it now. I already know I'm going to go. I already know I'm going to go. I don't need to see it. I don't want to see a lot of stuff. But we talked about that with there are just certain things like Shape of Water. I know who directed it and when it was coming out, and that's all I wanted to know. And that was it. That's okay. So the things that you're going to see, I think I enjoy knowing as little about them as possible. At the same time, if I sit around and wait. Spoilers don't bother me because I usually take so long to see stuff. But if it's something I can help, like Phantom Thread. I don't know anything about Phantom Thread. I know who directed it, what it's called. That's it.
Yeah.
I knew those 2 things, and then it's like, yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis is in it. Okay, well, that's 3 things I know about it. Great.
I think like what you're talking about, the people that are going to go see that, maybe that's all they need to hear.
That's all you need. Oh, dude, that's absolutely the point, man. It's like directors that you like are like bands that you like. If you know you like a band and they got a new album coming out, you want to hear it. Same thing. Anybody that makes movies that you dig, that's all you need to know. It's like, that's cool. We're good. And I guess it's not really who's making them. It's just, yeah, man, Avengers, of course I'm going to go see that. Black Panther, can't wait. It's going to be great, man.
Heck yeah.
I am super excited about that. I'm excited that people are losing their minds because people do it all the time, but folks are really having a good time with Black Panther, man. Just, it's very meaningful, and people are really getting, like, there are, like, schools that are buying out theaters so they can, I think it was,
That's cool.
Oh, for Pete's sake, I can't believe I forgot her name, man. Octavia Spencer. I hope that's who it is because I would like to give proper credit for this. But she's like balled out this theater in Mississippi for like kids, public school kids that can't go. That's like a field trip. I mean, that's awesome. They're like having so much fun. I think it's cool that people are having that much fun with it because Black Panther's going to be awesome.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah, dude. You can't miss with that character. And that's good. I think we've talked about this on the show before, man. It's one of the things I like so much about that casting. Black Panther's casting, Doctor Strange's casting, Captain Marvel's casting, all 3 of them can really go. So if that's like your next phase, if they're the people you're building around, you got the chops to do it. So that's awesome. I'm excited about, I shouldn't say excited about all those because I still haven't even seen the first Doctor Strange because I stink and I just missed it. It's not like, I like that. It seems like a cool idea and I like him. It's like, I'll get around to it. It's on Netflix. I'll watch it sometime. Man.
It's worth a look at.
Yeah, man.
It's not one I would say you got to run up by the Blu-ray tomorrow. You don't necessarily have to do that, but it's worth giving a look at.
Yeah, the curveball stuff is the best, man. Anything where people just aren't psychotic about matching up the book. We talked about that that's the history of Marvel Comics. There are so many like great books that are not the A books. That man, everybody starts there. Like if you look at the essentials, I still like the essential stuff because I love that black and white art. But if you look at the people that get writing credits on like Power Man and Iron Fist, it's everybody. Everybody. John Byrne and Frank Miller, Mike Mignola. I mean, it's unreal when you start seeing who wrote that book first because it's like, oh, we don't know if you can do this or not. Write this book. this breeding ground. It's incredible. And the movies, I think, can be the same thing. You're not going to go as psychotic over Doctor Strange changing this, modifying that, as you will say, oh, Spider-Man? Yeah, it's cool. You get good stuff that way. That's why Guardians was such a success, man. And I think, I don't know if it's a downside. Guardians is still cool, but it became its own template now. And so you start seeing what made that one so cool is that they just did it. Now it's kind of like boxes you have to tick, or it feels that. We talked about that with Ragnarok. As good as Ragnarok was, there was a certain amount of Guardians style that it seems like now it's a requirement. I hope we don't do that.
Yeah, it's a little to Thor's turn as Star-Lord. Like that's not what I was looking for.
Yeah, Thor humor's fine. Just leave it Thor style. That'd have been cool, man. I want my copy that I can cut and add scenes to. It's ridiculous, but I've told Jared, I think the one thing that movie is missing is I thought that Valkyrie and Hulk should have had scenes with just them. Because I think we talked about it on the show here, man. That's my only problem with the Thor series is that he is the constant punchline for everybody and has to put everybody over. And you've got more characters in there now. You can stretch it out. It's cool. Like Thor beats up Loki. Everybody else beats up Thor. And it's like, move it around a little bit, man. Especially the Valkyrie Hulk thing is that you can put both of them over that way. You flesh Hulk out. He's not just following Thor around to get one over on him. And it makes Valkyrie look better because I'm hoping that the Valkyrie stuff is a curveball because it just seemed way too, Thor's gonna get him a girlfriend. And I'm hoping that, I think we talked about this before, and I'm sorry to be repetitive if we have, but I'm hoping that when you talked about like her becoming Thor, I'm really hoping that's what they're setting up, and that'll be the swerve, is you kind of make it look like you're going in this direction of the relationship, and then you do something totally different, which is like not her going out with him, but her replacing him. That's the same thing, not the same thing, but I talked about that with Wanda and Thanos. I think that Wanda's not just going to eradicate Thanos. She's going to be the new villain. I hope. man, I want that so bad. It's stupid.
Yeah.
But it's ridiculous. I was talking to my friends about the Star Wars, and I was trying to explain to them, I think that's what happened, and the reason that I like the second Star Wars so much is I now have no idea what's going on with Star Wars, and I have no expectations for it. I'm very excited to see where they're going, and unfortunately the Marvel stuff is not like that. I've still got tons of expectations, and I want this, and I want this, and I want this, and it's like if Wanda doesn't become extremely prominent, as hopefully a villain might be too strong of a word, but I mean, she wipes out Tony Stark, she's going to be the bad guy, and I think she will. That'd be great. I would love that so much.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping we get.
And that ball's gonna get rolling pretty quick because it's like not this weekend, but the next. Like it's like the 16th.
I should know.
Black Panther's
I've
out.
been trying to make Black Panther May for months now, man, and it's like
That's the one that surprised me because for some reason I thought that Star Wars was every Christmas till we're all dead, but when they ran the trailer tonight, Han Solo's like Memorial Day, and I'm like, to me, I think that's kind of showing that they don't want their streak of, box office record-breaking December Star Wars releases to get screwed up. I think they know they got one that's just not going to be, it's not going to quite get there.
Oh yeah,
So,
Han's not a.
So I think that got bumped
Yeah.
up because we're gonna take the L on this one.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I have no interest in Han Solo. I know I'll feel very comfortable saying for both of us, man.
Yeah.
No interest in Han Solo. Don't really care.
Yeah.
But we talked about that with even with Rogue One, like everything they do. That's let's call them the non-scrollers because people were mad there wasn't a scroll at the beginning of Rogue One, and I think we both agree that was kind of cool.
Yeah,
Anything,
it made it unique.
Yeah, the things that aren't linked up, that's very cool to do it that way. That's a neat little thing to do that. So of the non-scrollers, it's really just going to depend. The only reason I saw Rogue One is because I was hanging out with a group of people that wanted to, and I'm glad I did. I complained endlessly about that one thing in it that I absolutely despise, but the rest of it was super cool.
Yeah.
I like the rest of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, any of those, it's like I saw that one because of we wanted to go. There's a lot of movies, there's a lot of things that I see because of that. It's kind of messed up, but I like hanging out. I do. I like my people, so it's like sure we can go watch this, no problem. Deadpool was like that because Jared and I discuss Deadpool all the time, in the sense that J-Rad's never seen it because he's not interested, and I went and saw it because I was with a group of people that did. And the best thing I can say, or not the best, my favorite thing to tell people about Deadpool is that, because my brother asked me, he's like, how is it? And I'm like, well, it's great for what they're trying to make. And he's like, okay, but did you like it? And I'm like, not really, but that's kind of the point, is I'm not a huge fan of that character. So the point I was trying to make was like, if I did like it, I think they'd have to miss the mark for me to like it. So the things that I didn't like about the movie are kind of the things I didn't like about the character. So I think that means they did a great job. I think that you made it exactly what it should be. That's awesome.
Making the Deadpool movie was strike one. Who they cast was strikes 2, 3 through the rest of the inning. That hurts too bad from the Green Lantern movie, and they got over it yet. And that's basically, to me, everybody was going on and on about just crazy about how the perfect casting of Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, so he can play the same character he plays in every movie just with a mask on this
because
time.
he is. Yeah, it's like Ryan Reynolds is perfect for Deadpool. Yeah, okay, because that's
super
him.
duper.
That's all he can do. So like, that's great.
Super duper.
Yeah, wondermous.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one I can skip. Venom I can skip, and I love Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy's awesome, but I don't really. I didn't see Homecoming. I don't care about. It's not that I don't care about Spider-Man. It's just I don't. But there's so many other options now. Why am I going to waste my time on Batman and Spider-Man? These are not characters I'm wild about, so there's no reason to get.
The Venom movie just seems like a waste of time. It's like, why are we wasting time on this?
I don't get it. It's like, okay.
Unless you're going to do the Maximum Carnage story, and why are you going to do a solo Venom movie? I'm thinking that was one they kind of hoped they could sneak out before the merger with Disney, but I don't know if they'll get it out in time or not. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking maybe the Venom movie will go the way of the Gambit movie that Channing Tatum keeps trying to get out. Like, man, you're the only person that wants this.
Yeah, it's not,
Nobody cares.
It's not gonna happen, man. It's strange looking at the upcoming schedule. Black Panther, I'm stoked about. Thank you, Last Jedi, because I've told Jared before, and it's very strange that I got so hung up on Last Jedi that it really prevented me from liking other stuff. That's a weird thing to say now, man, but I finally realized that once I saw the preview for it and then I saw the movie, I just relaxed immediately, and I got very excited about Black Panther, and then Infinity War, it's Avengers. I was going to get excited about that anyway. And Panther, that's the strangest thing, because I was trying to rank in my head the other day my favorite Avengers, and it's very difficult. Captain America's number one. That's not hard at all. But my 2 and 3 are very difficult because it's either Scarlet Witch or Black Panther, and I'm not really sure what order they go in. So being a fan to begin with, I think another thing that hurt me there was I didn't like him in Civil War. I loved him by the end of it because they started, I don't know, it's silly to be like, nah, I wanted to be the Black Panther that I like, when in reality, the story that they built for him in Civil War, what they did was way better. I like King T'Challa. I like keep your stuff together. T'Challa, people always say T'Challa's like Batman, and I disagree. Batman dresses up like a bat because he needs people to be afraid of him. T'Challa doesn't give a damn if you're afraid of him or not. He doesn't care because he knows you should be.
Yeah.
And I like that character better. But again, they made the right choice. I just was very spoiled when I saw it, and I think I'd probably dig it way more. Civil War is odd. I've seen it one time. It's strange to me I've only seen that movie once, because it is basically Avengers 3. And I'm like, man, you need to watch that again. What's wrong with you? Oh, yeah. Anyway, Black Panther I'm very excited about. Infinity War I'm excited about. I don't know what the next one coming out after that I really want to see is, man. Because Captain Marvel I'm excited about, but I don't have any idea when it's coming out.
I think it's got to be, there'll be Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I guess that has to be next. If not that, then Guardians 3 or
Maybe.
Infinity War 2.
Yeah, I really don't. I'm not sure either, man. I know that, again, the schedule that I keep seeing is Ant-Man and Wasp and Venom, and then I don't really know after that.
Okay.
It's just like, all right, we'll see what's up, man. I'd like to see, I'm hoping for Infinity War 2. It's weird. People have started the rumor that, no, this is it. I was like, yeah, people said Last Jedi was it too, and I don't believe that one either.
Yeah. How you going to squeeze all that in one?
I think it was one of those things that
call it something else.
I think it was one of those things that caught traction because people are like, well, they got to merge universes. Now they got the Fox stuff. I don't think anybody's in too big a hurry to do that, mainly because I think that we've talked about this for a long time.
That's going to be a big ship to turn around.
I think the script already exists. You're not going to wait till you get the green light to write that story. You might not get to make it, but the script exists. It's out there. So I think they already know how to do it. There's just no need to hurry.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. What of the merger crap are you excited about? I've got like one that I'm really excited about, and that's honestly about it. All the stuff, the idea of them overlapping and stuff like that, I really don't care about that. But I think Marvel accurate X-Men is going to be fantastic. I think that's going to be really, really fun, and all the wailing and gnashing of teeth over it's Hugh Jackman, not Wolverine, because he ain't.
Yeah.
Because they're starting over, guys.
Let that be its own thing.
Oh, my God.
At least with one of those stories, they kind of wrapped it up. I guess you could consider. And I haven't seen Logan. I've just heard what happened. Like, well, at least that's kind of done. Hopefully.
They can always. It's never, especially with the X-Men, for Pete's sake. It's never beyond the realm of possibility that you start having timeline crossovers. Which how unbelievably hilarious would it be if Marvel beat DC to the punch on that one? That would be the most. That would be the most stinging blow that could possibly.
Can't let him have nothing.
Absolutely, that could possibly be dealt in this whole thing, because as we've said on the show before, crossing over the CW stuff, bringing back Gene Hackman, bringing back what's his face, the kid from Smallville to kill that Lex, having Ryan Reynolds show up and be murdered in the Green Knight. That's the way to save the DC crap. To literally merge all of them and have your Crisis on Infinite Earths. Yeah. Don't let Marvel beat you to that, because now they own the X-Men too. Oh, come on, man. Like, don't let them get you.
Yeah. and Fox doesn't care, because apparently all they want to do is be a news and sports channel and threaten people to buy the WWE.
Yeah, I like the idea of them buying WWE. if they'll pull I said
Oh, the right
Sapporo.
people get control.
I said Sapporo last time with New Japan, and it's Asahi. I'm sorry, I knew it was one of the big beer companies. It's Asahi, and as long as they do it that way, and it's all like, yeah, we'll just collect the check at the end of the month, sure. But
Yeah.
I have more faith in Fox turning the reins over to Triple H than I do Vince doing it at this point, because he just got the most perfect opportunity ever. It's like, man, why did he not take our advice about booking his exit and then do the exit? But the XFL thing is a joke anyway. But
Don't want to leave Shane any money.
it's like, this is pathetic, man. Whatever, dude.
Yeah. Let's go. Get it out of your system again.
Yeah, seriously. That's going to be a big old disaster. Fun disaster, but a big old disaster, because all of that rough and tumble guy stuff that he tried to pitch the last time, they're not even doing that this time. So basically now it's Tim Tebow the league. That's pretty much what they're doing. They want to do a Fox News, Lily White version of football. The thing about any sport, why can you not sell college football to pro football fans? Most of them don't live in the South, and what that means is, if I didn't go to the school, why the hell do I care what the team does? That's the attitude of most people in the country that aren't in the South, because we don't need no education to pull for our team. I'm living proof. But the other big thing is it's a lesser version of the game you're watching. I love college basketball. I would never watch it again. If you told me I had to pick Hawks or Georgia Tech, I'm taking the Hawks every day of the week, because I just love watching it played at that level. Pro football fans are the exact same way. You honestly think the politics that you enforce on your players that's what's going to get people to watch? Are you crazy? Come on, man. That's insane. A lesser version of the game nobody's going to care about. Nobody's going to watch. I thought that we would like to think that you would have learned that lesson last time. Apparently you did. So enjoy bankruptcy. Shane. enjoy bankrupting your son.
Screw that guy.
Shane's stupid.
What happened?
Hey, what happened? Shane McMahon gets his latest statement. Hey, what happened?
So, man, that's what's up.
Yeah, I think so, man. Sorry to be like loopy again. I need to make notes on the stuff to talk about this, but we're good.
Try to do it in my head, and it usually
I'm the same way. I never have any
work.
ideas, man. But it's all good, and Black Panther's going to be awesome. We'll talk about that soon.
Heck yeah,
man.
That's what's up.